Joint Secretary in the Department of Electronics and IT. I look after promotion of electronic. One of the things that has happened after this whole drive to make in India is that it has revived interest in electronics manufacturing in a very big way. Today we have over ground. This is the same sector 2 years back. People, there were hardly anyone remaining in the sector, and whoever was remaining, they were closing shop and going. That's a huge change. It is today more than people who have already come. We have some very major inquiries in process. The companies who are coming are both global and domestic. We find people who were not in India today saying they want to do electronics manufacturing in the country. We find not in the electronic sector saying they want to do electronics manufacturing and evaluating opportunities. And these are very good trends. We are still a long way to go, because one of the most important part of this whole sector is developing a strong supply chain. And I don't think, because most of the people who want to do electronics manufacturing want the components and rest of the things that they need happen in and around their requirements. We are still not there, but with every incremental investment that is taking place, we are moving in that direction. And
so, would you like to talk a bit more about the incentives that you think would be there?
so, there are several incentives. And more than incentives, there is also now the increased effort in making, creating ease of business. One of the biggest hurdles why people said, India lost out on manufacturing was of the difficulties of manufacturing in India. So there is a tremendous previously, if you were importing, you had better taxes, and there was inverted tax if you were manufacturing. Those have been rationalized in most. Which gives 25% cash reimbursement on investments made in the sector. We have the electronics manufacturing cluster scheme, which is for creating state of the art infrastructure, common facilities for electronics manufacturing units. Government provides 50% of the cost of investment in electronic manufacturing clusters. We have preference to domestically manufacture. There are export incentives. Several electronic products, when exported from India, when manufactured and exported from India, provide 2% export incentive. There are incentives for skilling people for specific industry needs. You can have people industry ready for employment in the shop. Which will in turn go and support electronics manufacturing and electronics innovation. There is support for PhD technology, etc.
What do you think has been is the role of telecom companies in building the smart cities?
I think telecom, see, today's one of the things about smartness is connectedness. I mean, another word for smartness is connectedness. And whatever else will be there in smart cities, smartness comes out of three important things. One is your devices which use to capture information of any form have to be smart. You have to be connected, and there has to be a backend which should be processing the smartness. In each of this, especially the interconnection part of it, and some of the devices which will capture this information, these will be part of the telecom ecosystem. Whether you are looking at IoT, whether you are looking at simple man to man communication, IoT is more machine to machine communication. We will find internet companies, we will find Wi-Fi's, we will use RFIDs, we will use all other forms of, today we are talking of white spaces, we are talking of different kind of communication channels, and an amalgam of all of this will be used in a smart city.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.